Yo, this is my tutorial slash guide for my Guardian farm, which was designed specifically for Vanilla Plus. They should work on other similar servers to like Speed or Neon or anything like that. The actual design itself isn't my own, it's just like a mashup of ideas, mainly Shulkercraft's design, just shaped specifically for Vanilla Plus. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. It has some pretty useful tips in it on like actually building the farm, but I'll cover them in this video too, so you don't need to go watch it, but it's there if it's more clear than this one. Alright, so when it comes to actually building the farm, you of course need to find a ocean monument. Try picking one where the land around it is kind of flat. This is a bad example, but it doesn't matter all that much. It's just that the flatter it is, the less work you have to do terraforming the outside of it. I should also note that to run this farm you'll need 2 accounts, so if you don't have an alt account, this farm is not for you. And on screen now I'll have the material list. It might be missing a few things. If it's missing anything, it will be in the pinned comment, but it should be good. Alright, so to start, you'll first want to kill the 3 Elder Guardians that will be in your monument. To do this in survival, you can either go into it with full invis, so that Guardians can't actually see you. You will also probably need water breathing, or just respiration free and some doors will work. But they are normally quite high up in the monument. You can't just break in because you'll likely already have mining fatigue, but you'll need to work your way up to the top, which is where the first one is, and then the two other ones are usually on the wings of the monument. The other ones will usually be, there's one of them. If we come over here, the other one should be in here. So you just want to kill all 3 of those before we start. Once you've killed all 3 Elder Guardians, come to the top of the farm and mark the center point. It is a 2x2, it's just the middle, like in between these blocks. So you just want to mark that for future reference because we will be destroying the entire monument. Once you've marked down the center, hit F3 and we'll want to look in the most northwest position, and we'll come over to the northwest side. We'll come down to the bottom and we will place a marker 2 blocks diagonally. So from this last block on the corner, you want to come across to, and this is where you want to mark. Once you've marked this down, you can build it up to the ocean level, which should, well, it isn't even a should, it is always Y level 63, but you just want to build it up to there, and that's going to end up being the wall of the farm. And now we can actually come over to the other side, the southeast side, and for this one we'll want to build a pillar only 1 block away from the corner, not 2. Okay, this is a future me coming in to say I am fucking stupid. These 2 walls, the one that comes directly against the corner of the monument should be 1 block further out, just like the other side. So it shouldn't be directly next to it, it should be 1 block out. If you don't do it 1 block out, then the farm core won't fit. Once we've marked down the other corner, we'll want to come back to the center. And now on the southeast-west block, we'll want to pillar up to Y level 88. And once you're at Y level 88, you can break all the blocks below it, and that block up there will be your AFK spot. Build a wall around the entire farm. For this, you probably should be using invis, so that guardians can't see you, because otherwise building this entire wall around the farm will be very like tricky and annoying because you'll be constantly attacked. But just come down. I like doing it with glass so I can see the outside, but you can do it with any block as long as the top block up there is spawn proof. But you'll just want to come around and make a wall around the entire farm. Once you've got the wall surrounding the monument, you want to come inside and you want to break any seagrass or kelp or anything that's like on the monument, because otherwise when we come to place temporary sand walls down, this will break the sand and you'll just end up losing a lot of sand. And once you've got rid of it, it should look pretty clear inside of your box that you now have. Once your farm is completely removed of any seagrass or kelp, it's now time to get the temporary sand walls in. This will take quite a long time, but it is necessary to drain the farm. So if you want to come 5 blocks away from one of the sides and then get some sand, you can use any gravity blocks. So you can also use gravel if you have a lot of gravel from bartering farms, but then you'll just want to stand here and just build walls across the entire thing and leave 4 or 5 block gaps in between it so that it's easier to drain with sponges. Once you've got your temporary walls in place, it should look something like this. You should have even gaps across. At one end you might have to make some smaller gaps just because you want it to be at most 5 blocks in between. So this would be 6 blocks, so I've made it so it's a 3 and 2. But now once you've done that, you want to grab a bunch of sponges. You can get sponges from ocean monuments, either in rooms or from killing Elder Guardians. I recommend having minimum 2 stacks, so you want to go and farm at least 2 stacks of sponges. And once you have those sponges, you just want to come to the farm and just start draining the water. This will take quite a while, but there is no real faster way of doing this. And once your sponges have become wet, you can just go into the Nether and place them down and they will instantly dry. So you don't have to put them in a furnace. Once you've drained all the water, it should look something like this. You should still have all your walls, but obviously all the water should be gone. Come to any of your walls and just break the bottom block and replace it with a torch to break the walls really quickly. And you just want to do this with all the walls until all of them are gone. And once they're all gone, it should look something like this. You should just have a completely drained ocean monument. Yours should still have water in, mine doesn't because I used commands to drain, but then you can just come inside and just start draining it from the inside. Once the monument itself is drained and empty, you want to just start destroying the entire thing. You should be using a haste beacon to do this because you can instant mine all of these blocks, but yeah, you just want to get rid of the entire monument so that the entire area is empty. Once you've destroyed the entire monument, your area should be empty. You don't have to destroy any of these legs that might be coming up when the ground's uneven, but the main floor should be at Y level 39. Next, we're going to build the nether side of the farm. This is so that any guardians that spawn during the core build process won't attack you, they'll just get instantly teleported. So first you want to take the coordinates of the center point of your farm, which is your AFK spot. So just note those down. And then you want to build a nether portal on that AFK spot. Light it and go through the side where you just took the coordinates down from. And once you're in the nether, you want to take F3 open and go to those coordinates that you just noted down, but divide them by 8. So in my case, those coordinates are 30 by 30. So I'm going to come over here, go over here, and this is 30 by 30. So we'll want to, I'm going to come down some because I am quite high up. You don't want to be too close to the ceiling, you don't want to be too close to the lava, but around about Y90 is good. So then here you want to build a portal centered on the coordinate you just got from dividing by 8. and it should just be like that. And then you want to light up the portal, and it should link back up with your other portal. Then back on the nether side, you'll want to align the nether side schematic up with your nether portal. And once you've done that, you basically just want to build the nether side schematic. Mine has some extra stuff here, but this is just a personal schematic. The one that you have downloaded will not have any of this extra stuff here. And then once you've built your nether side, it should look something like this. And then you're just going to come up here and you can break your way in to the nether portal and go back to the overworld. Okay, now we're back on the overworld, we're going to destroy this portal we built, and we are now going to start building the core of the farm. Okay, next you're going to want to load in the schematic for the core side. Both of the walls with obsidian on should be touching the walls of the border for the water, and then the northmost wall should have a 1 block gap between the actual core and the wall, and then the southmost wall should have a 2 block gap. And then you'll just want to build this. Once you've loaded in the schematic with the water and stuff in it, it should look like this, and then you can just go ahead and turn it off already. And once it's turned off, it should look back like this, and then you can grab some flint and steel and go in and light all of the portals. Once you've lit all the portals, it should obviously look like this. And then we're going to come to one of the sides, and this is where we're going to start filling in all of the little chambers with water. To do that, you're going to need a water bucket and a bunch of kelp. And you're just going to come to the top here and line all of this with water. And then the same on the other side. And then you're going to come down and you're just going to fill everything up with kelp. And once you've lined it all with kelp, you're then going to come back in and you're just going to break through the kelp. And this just turns all of the water into water sources that are and once you've filled all of them with water, I haven't because I'm just going to do one, but once you've then filled them all in with water, you'll need stairs, you'll need temporary blocks like dirt, there's no temporary there, and you'll need a shovel. And then you just want to come in, you want to line the bottom with stairs. You want to line the other side with temporary blocks of dirt, and then you place stairs on top of that. Back down and break the dirt again. This way the waters are pushing, the stairs are pushing water into the portals, which pushes the biome instantly through. And you need to do that all the way up for every single one. And this is what's going to take you the most time. And then still at the top here, you still have to place dirt over it, but then you can just obviously have to put stairs on top, and then you can see the effect that it makes. And then you want to grab glass, and you can put a roof on that module. And then you need to repeat that for every single one. And this is going to take you a long time, so do this over the course of a couple of days or times. And once you've done that, the farm should look something like this. And then if you just go ahead and turn the schematic back on, it will show you where to place these extra little bits of glass, so the stuff doesn't spawn when you're on the AFK spot. But yeah, that's pretty much it then. Then you can go up here, make yourself a Nether portal. I'd probably do it next to the AFK spot, but you know. And then click the way out and set a home down here somewhere, and then your farm is pretty much done. Then you'll want cooked cod in your offhand, and then you'll come into here, and for your auto clicker settings, you want true and true, spamming true on attack, speed 30 ticks, 1 tick on right click, respect cooldown true. You can't have mod mode on the but and then you want to aim as high as you can on the armor stand and like just before hitting the glass, and then turn it on. And you need to make sure that you don't have no hurt cam, because otherwise when you take knockback from the guardian form, you won't go up to you can shoot, because otherwise you'll die funny, because the guardians do more damage. And that's about it. That's how you use the farm. All the drops get sent down there, and then it gets sent across into their sorters. Food gets fed up to you through this and automatically goes into your offhand, so you never run out. But that's pretty much it.